But today there's just such a well-known piece of wisdom, and it's so well known that we really never talk about it. I don't really can't remember seeing anybody specifically talk about this, but it's really packed with wisdom. I'm going to share my screen, and what we're going to talk about today is the Buddhist concept of the Eightfold Path. First of all, can you see that? That's
Yes.
my first question. You can see the wheel and all that. And I also want to pull up just some of my speaking notes, which I don't think you will see. So let's go ahead and open that. So this is some original wisdom directly from the mouth of the Buddha. And there are four noble truths. And the fourth noble truth leads into this eightfold path. It's called the Noble Eightfold Path. And for those people, and I've always believed this, I've never believed for one second that enlightenment was about leaving and disassociating yourself completely and just living up on a mountaintop. But this really tells us that it never was intended to take a vow of silence for 20 years and separate yourself from society. So I want to go through these eightfold paths. So again, you should be familiar with it. If you've got, a journal out, go ahead and write these down or take whatever notes feel aligned for you. But the first one is right view. That's also translated as right understanding. And this is something we work on all the time in our meditations, in our ascension, in all of our conversations. It's really understanding the true nature of reality. It's understanding that third dimensional construct, the things we think we see, the things we think we know, are simply false impressions, and it's rising your understanding over time to understand the nature of the universe. And according to original Buddhist teachings, this means that you understand that life contains suffering, that the cause of suffering is your attachment to the things the way you think they're supposed to be, and that it is possible to withdraw, not from the situation, but to withdraw your nervous system from the situation. It is possible to cease suffering, and then it leads, as I said, the fourth noble truth leads into this eightfold noble path as the way to achieve this. So it's seeing the world, the universe, reality, our role in reality, who we really are, what the earth really is, what this experience really is, as it really is, not as we want it to be, not as we think it is, but as we truly need to deepen our understanding into the way it really is, not how we want it to be or how we wish it to be. And so it's this idea, the idea of right view or right understanding is knowing that, yeah, there are problems, but our problem is that we're plugged into those problems. And if we begin to unplug from those problems, it still goes on, but we no longer suffer and struggle. And that's a really important concept, and that's the first of the eight, the first of the eightfold path. The second is right intention. And again, we use this word intention all the time. Right intention means you have the right intention. It's a commitment to ethical improvement. Would you care to share about that, Vraj? What you mean more? Vraj's comments for those people who don't see the comments. The Eightfold Path reminds me of living my Dharma. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit, Vraj, what it means to you?
Yeah, I think so with Dharma, it's how I should live. It's not just what I should do in this moment, but or I mean it encompasses more than just my action. It's my thought, my intention. I mean everything that the Eightfold Path basically describes is Dharma, or the way I kind of see it is Dharma. So I just made that connection, and it was pretty cool just seeing that connection between Buddhism and what I believe as my Dharma.
Yeah, so basically it's living it's just being a good person, aligning with, the natural flow of the universe, just aligning with just being a good person, being aligned, balanced, kind, generous, thoughtful, lifting people up, all the things. Yep, all
Yeah,
those
exactly.
things that we talk about. Perfect. Thank you for that. If I can ask you, Dharma comes from what tradition?
I think it's in Buddhism as well, but it's I'm Hindu myself, and specifically I resonate with Advaita Vedanta, which is I guess oneness, non-dual reality, and
Mhm.
so it's all over Sanatana Dharma, which is Hinduism, I guess. The, yeah, so it's all over. Dharma applies, you know, doing your duty, and your duty is based on your identities, right? So you can have clashing identities as me. I'm a son. I'm a husband. I could be a father. I have a job, so I'm an employee, and so all these different identities. Sometimes they might clash, and you might not know what your duty is. And I think understanding what we need to do in each moment. That's kind of when we follow our dharma. We'll know when we align our path and what our purpose is in life. And when all that kind of aligns, it kind of gives us a clarity in following that dharma.
hmm So what I'm getting, and probably should know this, but I don't. So Dharma is a pretty ancient concept that the Buddhists adopted and kind of adopted in their own way, similar teachings.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like that. Okay. And now we adopt it too. Heck, if it's out there, we take it too. If it's enlightened and it's aligned, we take it too as a collective. So thank you for sharing that, Raj. All right, let's do any last thoughts on any of this? Okay. Let's do our meditation. We're going to do the full five body meditation. And I've adapted this slightly. It might be slightly different than maybe the first time I did it a few weeks ago, but we're going to do it. That's the five body meditation. So take a minute, and if you're in a spot where you can close your eyes, let's do the full meditative experience. Now, meditation becomes difficult if you believe that the purpose of meditation is to not think about anything, to quiet. And for those who are new to these guided meditations, every Friday, 4 p.m., we'll do a group meditation. We'll do a teaching from some tradition. In this case, we did the Eightfold Path from Buddhism, to remind us of these ancient teachings. And then this particular meditation is another ancient meditation from Vedic history. All right, we'll end it here. For those of you that want to go to the parents' workshop, that's 8 p.m. tonight. Again, you can access that through the Circle platform. And I'll see some of you there. And that's it. I'm just going to quietly disappear. That's very relaxed. Just any feedback, any thoughts, relaxing? Did that hit the mark for some of you?
Very relaxed. Thank you. Totally blissed out.
Beautiful.